Hello and welcome to JV West Season 5 Round 7, the penultimate round. Today we have arrived at Buenos Aires, Argentina for the Argentinian J-Prix. Let's take a look at the championship standings while pre-qualifying goes on in the background. So here we go. We've got Game On Goose currently leading the championship 65 points, and he's spent all his tokens 8 points behind him is Arya Cremona of Scuderia Cremona Racing, still yet to spend 2 tokens, and she will be spending those 2 tokens today. So she has to score at least 8 points to get ahead of Goose before the tokenless finale to fight for this Drivers' Championship. She has to score She has to finish as highly as she possibly can. Gamer 15 in third with 50 points has spent all of his tokens 2 rounds ago, so not much hope for him unless he can deliver some tokenless performances. Prolime in fourth only has 1 token remaining. Masca Bravas in fifth is spending 3 tokens today, so who knows, he might jump up to the top. Jeff Day Jeff in sixth has 2 tokens to spend today. Cloud has spent all his tokens. Ellie spending his final token. Edvertito is also spending his final token. Pumpkin out of tokens in 10th. Toad Speed spending his final 2 today. Yoa spending his final 3. Mr. Crunk spending his final 2. Botty spending his last 4 today. Boken at 34 spending 2. Then we have Kiato with 1 remaining, G4 with 2 remaining, Smalls with 3 remaining, Belgian Senna not submitted a token ban, and Banana Boy spending his final token. That's what the drivers' championship standings look like at the moment. Let's take a look at the constructors then. We've got, of course, Flying Fox in the lead, 110 points, 13 points ahead of Scuderia Cremona, and it's up to SCR to bridge that gap over the final 2 rounds. INR in third. I doubt we'll see them jump up much further. Avionics in fourth. Aston Martin, Electric Racing, Matsar, despite the best car, currently down in 7th. Then it's Toad Racing in 8th. Go Motorsports in 9th. And finally the Monkey Racing in 10th. Here is a refresher of the car stats for this double header. The second race of this double header, Electric Racing with the fastest car on the grid, joint second best are Flying Fox, and Avionics joint 4th best are Toad Racing and Matsar. 6th best, I believe, joint 6th best are Aston Martin and Scuderia Cremona. 8th best is the Monkey Racing, and joint 9th best are Go Motorsports and Iniciación Roja. Let's get right into qualifying. 3 minutes of qualifying. Here we go. No tire wear, no rain, no collisions, just speed. Boost recharges every single lap. And here we are. I, of course, did go through the token spend kind of while going down the Drivers' Championship standings, but here you go. 4 tokens only being spent by Botti from Aston Martin, spending 4 tokens at his home race, Buenos Aires. Once again, 3 tokens being spent by the likes of Yoa from Matsar, Autosports Masca Bravas from Flying Fox, and Smalls from the Monkey Racing, also looking to make a difference with 3 tokens being spent from him as Masca Bravas goes on to provisional pole. But of course, that's the first lap for now. Here we are at a remodeled, very nice looking Buenos Aires. This is Cato's version of Buenos Aires. And it is, I'd say the decoration is pretty nice. Driving with Cato's AI lines, as Nuno did not manage to make AI lines for this version of the track, but that's alright. I think these ones are fine for us. Anyways, 2 tokens being spent by Arya Cremona, by Jeff Day Jeff Toad, Boken 34, Mr. Crunk, G4 Lat 4, and 1 token being spent each from Kiato, Ellie, Prolime, Banana Boy, and Edvartitos. Tokenless today are Game on Goose, Cloud, Belgian Senna, Pumpkin, and Gamer15, who had ran out of tokens before this final race where you can spend them, of course, round 7. So let's focus fully on qualifying here. Looks like Yoa is going pretty fast. Maska currently remains on provisional pole, but here goes Yoa. Improves up to 37.52. Got Botti improving up to 38.22, but he's only 6th fastest. Mr. Crunk improved up to 4th, and Jeff up to 3rd. Arya Carmona currently in 7th, but good overall performance from the SCR drivers. It's Flying Fox versus SCR here, Vo and Maska being on provisional pole should worry the SCR drivers, because that is not a good sign for them if they want to catch up to Flying Fox, who currently hold a 13 point lead, and Maska improves up to 37.13. Great lap. Arya Carmona goes 4th fastest, 2nd row, currently locked out by the SCR drivers. Edvarditos is in 8th, his teammate Gamer15 tokenless in 13th. Smalls just scratching top 10 with 3 tokens being spent. That is quite something. Botti down in 7th in this qualifying so far, despite, spending 4 tokens. That is crazy. Here we go, final lap, lap 5. Not a lot of laps here, but Maska Bravas will not improve. Botti, well, he goes 4th fastest. Not much improvement other than that, however. Yeah, not a single other driver improves. Belgian Senna improves up to 15th. Let's take a look at the qualifying results then. Here we go then, Maska Bravas, and let's put up the token sped. Maska Bravas starts on pole position for the Argentinian J-Prix. Yoa starts from the front row. Then we have Jeff Day Jeff starting from 3rd, just 100 faster than Botti, who will start from 4th. Arya Carmona starts from 5th, followed by Yoa's Matzer teammate Mr. Crunk starting from 6th, Boken 34 starts from 7th, Edvartitos starts from 8th, Ellie starts from 9th, and Smalls rounds off the top 10. Kiato will start from 11th, Banana Boy starts from 12th, Gamer15 highest placed tokenless driver in this qualifying starting from 13th, Belgian Senna 14th. That will be 15th actually. Prolime set the time first. So Prolime starts from 14th, spending 1 token. That is quite low. Belgian Senna starts from 15th. Game on Goose from 16th, followed by Toad Speed starting from 17th with 2 tokens being spent. Cloud starts from 18th. G4 starts from 19th with 2 tokens being spent, and Pumpkin starts from last. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. 22 laps here in Argentina. Who will win? What will it look like for the fight between Flying Fox and Scuderia Carmona? We'll have to find out just now. Let's get straight into it. Here we go then, 22 laps. Maska Bravas starts on the softs. A lot of the drivers starting on the softs, but Mr. Crunk and Boken are opting for the hards behind them. Mr. Crunk looking on the outside that becomes the inside of Arya Carmona, but he does not have that speed. Yoa already challenging Maska Bravas round the outside. What a move, and he's still going forward, and he deploys boost, and he's into the lead of the race on lap 1. Great maneuver from him. We have Jeff and Botti behind. Botti looking for 3rd position, will not get it yet. Mr. Crunk up to 5th ahead of Arya Carmona. Smalls from 10th up into 7th position. Edvarditos, Ellie, Boken 34 is dropped out of the top 10. Prolime is up in there in 10th at the current moment. Gamer15 tokenless is going pretty fast here on the inside of Prolime 4, and he gets into 10th position. Can he keep the points position? That's the question. Both Toad Racing cars have dropped back now. Maska Bravas down into 4th, but he's on the inside with both Jeff and Botti here, and he Manages to get past Jeff, but not Botti. Goes round the outside here. Gets nearly forced into grass, but he gets through past Botti and on the inside of Yoa. What an incredible second lap from Mascabravas, who's right back into the lead of the race with the fastest lap as well, 37.92. We have Botti in second. It's Yoa, Jeff, Smalls, Aria Carmona is now back up into the top 6, but Smalls is up into the 5th position. Great start from him. Edward Tito's still holding down 7th. Ellie up in 8th. Mr. Crunk, after an initial great start, has dropped to 9th, but we got Prolime Gamer Boken behind, fighting for that final points position. But it's Mascabravas and Botti who are leading now. Yoa had an incredible first lap, but he looks to have dropped back on pace now. We've got the two Scuderic Hormonas behind him at the current moment. Let's have a refresher. Flying Fox have a 13-point lead at the current moment. They have a 13-point lead, and Mascabravas is scoring 26 points. That is a 39 point lead, but 5th and 6th, that's 10 and 8, 18. Which drops it down to 21. However, if Mascabravas were to win, Botti goes into the lead of the race. That drops the lead by 7 points. No, by 8. Yeah, by 7 points. Which would put it down to 14 points. It would still increase Flying Fox's lead by 1 point heading into the flying round, with Mascabravas and Jeff and Ari Carmona in the positions that they are. Goose not spending any tokens, and he's down in the 18th. Gamer has dropped down to 13th now. Boken back up into the top 10 at the current moment. Him and Mr. Crunk running on the hards, but they've not dropped too far behind the pack. We've got Ellie up in 8th. Then it's Edvarditos, Jeff and Carmona holding on to 5th and 6th. As the tires start to wear now, Mascabravas, Yoa, Aria Carmona, Edvarditos decide to go into the beds. Botti is staying out, so is Smalls, and so is Jeff Day Jeff. Jeff quite risky. He's only got 1 grip on that car. Let's take a look here. Aston Martin only have 2 on Botti's car. I'm not sure why they would risk it here, but the Monkey Racing do have the highest grip of the entire field at 5, so Smalls risking it is definitely understandable. However, he's still, of course, losing time, and Botti goes into the pits there. Pit entries a bit all over the place, but Botti has pitted onto mediums. We have Masca pit off onto hards. Look at the pack behind Botti, and he just manages to exit in front of it. Smalls and Jeff exit behind them. Jeff is on another set of softs, but Botti is now running away from this pack, and this is a huge pack. We got Boken and Mr. Crunk, who haven't pitted yet on here, and we've also got Mascabravas and Yoa, who have Yoa on fresh mediums, so is Botti on a lap fresher. Mascabravas is on hards, but he's keeping his own. Top 3 here get past Mr. Crunk and Boken, and Smalls chasing them behind on the hards. Jeff chasing them on the softs, but he's not got that speed that you would imagine the softs to have usually. Got Botti in the lead of the race, and the top 3 are as they were before the pits. Mr. Crunk and Boken surely will have to pit eventually. Not a track where you can extend those tires too much. Yoa around the outside of Mascabravas into that corner. Great overtake from Yoa, who is looking for what might be Matzer's first podium. They have not finished on the podium yet this season, and it's pretty sad considering the amount of tokens they have spent. But Yoa is straight up into the lead of the race as he overtakes Botti here, and he leads us for lap 9. Mascabravas looking round the outside of Botti. Can he squeeze his way through? Doesn't find the space here, but he's still pushing on the outside here, and through the hairpin Will he keep the traction? Yes, he does, and he's into second, but his maneuver has cost him some time as Yoa is running away at the current moment. Botti makes a mistake behind, but he's still close to Masker Bravest. Smalls is up into fourth now. Boken and Mr. Crunk both struggling on the Warren Hard. Mr. Crunk is into the pits, but Boken stays out. We have Jeff Day Jeff overtaking Boken now. He gets back into 5th position, but those softs won't last for long, and he's definitely not been using them as well as he could have. Botti is back in front of Masker Bravest Yoa with the new fastest lap of the race at 37.87 at the current moment. Flying Fox are gaining 15 points, while Scuderia Carmona are gaining 5th and 7th. That is 16, so they are only gaining 1 point on them, the 12-point gap at the current moment. If Area Carmona gets into 6th place, that will be down to about a 10-point gap, but it'll be a gap nonetheless. They have to beat Masker Bravest here, not tag along behind them, but it's looking good for them right now to at least cut down on that gap. Really depends on tokenless performances, but considering Masker Bravest's and Game Mongoose's tokenless performance in the past, it does look like that will be a major concern for Flying Fox going into the finale as Botti overtakes Yoa on the final straight. There he goes, he's into the lead of the race, 12 laps out of 22, just over halfway through the race at this point. Masker Bravest on the hards overtakes Yoa around the outside, very easy for him. Yoa struggling now on those mediums on the current lap. Smalls still in 4th, and Boken is pitted to exit out in 8th. So we've got Jeff and Carmona running 5th and 6th. Quite far behind the top 10, however. Top 10 are the only drivers spending 3 or 4 tokens if you're Botti. So looks like tokens are ultimately what matters here at this track. It was quite similar last race at Portimao. It was the 4 token spenders fighting each other for the win in the end, and Area Cremona reigned triumphant. Botti's now just under a second ahead of Masker Bravest, and his mediums are starting to wear significantly. So are Yoa's, which are a lap older even. Smalls catches up to the back of them, and Masker Bravest pits off of the hards before any of the other drivers pit off even mediums. That's very interesting. Is he opting for an undercut here? It does look like it. He will be able to run those hards for 8 laps until the end. Let's take a look at the car stats for Flying Fox. They have 3 grip, which is somewhat average, slightly under average. A lot of teams I saw there have 4 grip, but it's Botti still holding on to the lead of the race here. He might be able to exit ahead of Masker Bravest. He's going to pit. No, he does not. He stays out once more. And Smalls is in second. Yoa is into the pits onto softs for the next 8 laps. I don't think he can extend them 8 laps, but he is out on the softs, and he exits 2 seconds behind Masker Bravest. Area Carmona's into the pits onto another set of softs, exits down in 8th. Looks like Jeff has also pitted a second time. He's down in 6th at the current moment. They're fighting Boken and Crunk, who are more of a less pitting strategy at the current moment. Botti is finally into the pits over those dead mediums. Smalls stays out another lap on the hards. Of course, his car does have high grip, so it is realistic for him to do so, but he has already lost a lot of time to Masker Bravest. Botti does pit onto the mediums with about 7-6 laps to go. So he's looking to just beat Masker Bravest by employing faster tires, but you will have to catch him, and currently he is trailing him in nearly 3 seconds. So he's got to focus here. Yoa right behind him as well, can't get tangled up in a fight. They might be able to work together to catch Masker Bravest here. Smalls into the pits, slows down Masker, who was on the inside line there. but he finally gets into the pits. It doesn't look like he slows him down too much, though Botti is still 3 seconds behind. Yoa is actually into the pits again. Boken, Jeff into the pits, Mr. Crunk up into 5th position at the current moment. Jeff with the fastest lap now of 37.67, so that's an extra point for Scuderia Carmona, but he is down in 9th. Let's take a look at this fight here because we've got Ellie, Boken, Mr. Crunk, Aric Carmona, and Jeff all separated by not much at all. Got Boken on very fresh softs, Ellie on fairly worn mediums, Jeff on fresh softs, Mr. Crunk on worn hards, Aric Carmona into the pits, onto another set of softs, Mr. Crunk also into the pits. I assume, yes, he's also taking the softs. Strategies all around confusing here, but Jeff on the inside of Ellie makes his move up into 6th position. And he is chasing down Boken 34. We still got Mascabrivas in the lead. Botti has closed down the gap to about 2.5 seconds, so not much at all. Smalls in 3rd. Yoa is in 4th with his double pets onto softs, definitely taking a toll on his race. Jeff is holding on ahead of Ellie, but he has lost Boken, and Ellie has faster traction on the final straight. Ellie is back in front of Jeff, the SCRs 7th and 8th at the current moment. Everything is going perfectly for Flying Fox here. Mascabrivas is back into the lead of the race, and he's holding it these final laps. He does have slightly more worn hards than Botti's mediums. Smalls just running in 3rd and Yoa in 4th in a race of their own. Jeff is now back in front of Ellie for 6th position. Aric Carmona struggling right now. Mr. Crunk behind. Very, very close behind. Botti is now caught up to Mascabrivas. Must have been some sort of mistake or crash slowed down by a lapped car, but there he is, Botti. It's right on the back of Mascabrivas with just over 2 laps to go. He catches that aerodynamic slipstream, sets his fastest personal best fastest lap, and he goes round the inside, and Botti is into the lead of the race. 2 laps to go, just under. Smalls is in 3rd, of course. We got Yoa in 4th. Jeff has lost Ellie finally, but he's also lost Boken. Aric Carmona still just under a second in front of Mr. Crunk, and G4 is holding down the final points position at his home race. But Edvarditos is under a second behind. Those are some very worn mediums though. But Botti is into the lead of the race. Final lap, and Mascabrivas is nearly 2 seconds behind, and Botti just needs to hold on to this lead. No major mistakes, and he will once again, for I believe the 2nd time in a row, will be the Argentinian J-Prix winner. We've got Aric Carmona caught up to Ellie now. Mr. Crunk is behind as well. Aric Carmona goes for an overtake, gets stuck behind. So does Mr. Crunk. Aric Carmona on the inside of Ellie is through into 7th position. Botti is about to cross the line. It's Aric Carmona versus Mr. Crunk for 7th. Botti wins the Argentinian J-Prix. Mascabrivas finishes 2nd. Smalls on the podium. What an end of the season for the Monkey Racing. What a recovery, what a redemption. Yoa, once again, Matzer do not finish on the podium as he finishes in 4th. Boken 34 beats both SCRs to 5th position. Jeff finishes in 6th. Aric Carmona just holds on to 7th ahead of Mr. Crunk in 8th. Ellie down in 9th, and G4 manages to keep 10th at his home race. The top 10 is an Argentinian sandwich. 11th for Prolime, 12th for Toad Speed, 13th for Edvarditos, 14th for Banana Boy, 15th will go to Gamer 15, I believe. There he goes, 16th to Pumpkin, 17th to Game On Goose, 18th only to Kiato, who did spend a token on this race. So it's 18th for him, 19th for Belgian Senna, and 20th for Cloud. The whole field is an Aston Martin sandwich. There you have it, Botti, the winner of the Argentinian J-Prix, but more importantly, Flying Fox versus Scuderia Carmona. Where do we stand? Flying Fox score 18 points thanks to Masca Brevis. Today, Jeff and Carmona score a combined total of 15 points, so they lose another 3 to Flying Fox before the tokenless finale. In addition, Ari Carmona gains 6 points out of the required 8, I believe. Yes, 6 points. So she is 2 points behind Game On Goose in the fight for the Drivers' Championship here in JV West. So again, they had a 13-point gap, 18 versus 15. That is now a 16-point gap to overcome. Flying Fox looking very comfortable for the tokenless finale, but they better not be too comfortable, as anything can happen here in the virtual leagues. We'll see you for the tokenless finale. We'll have another round of upgrades before then, and of course, as always, we'll have it at Interlagos for the Brazilian J-Prix. And yeah, that's all. We'll see you then.